Good morning, everybody, or good day. Thank you for participating and joining us again in this first meeting that we have for the year. Um, we changed the first date in January because before, although this is a good idea to have established dates for our meetings, the January meeting at the very beginning is maybe complicated for many people. I have seen on social media that some of you are still on vacations, for example, and thinking it over and over again. So maybe it could be a good idea not to use the first Saturday of the January and April, I think, and September, May and September, but the third Saturday. That's because of January. Maybe it's a better idea to let people come back from vacations a little bit more, and we may be moving the the meeting for the third Saturday of these 3 months in the year. So that's just an announcement. We have an agenda that I'm going to share. First, before you Omar, I think I will share the agenda first thing.
Okay, so I stop
Yeah,
sharing.
please, just for a moment.
Okay,
Okay, this is what we have for today. And yes, Omar, you will be starting, and we have these topics. There is one special topic that I want to discuss that has been bothering in my mind for many years, that it's about the fixing your domes. I started to wonder, do you have to fix yours, or is it just mine that gets holes all the time? Is it a bad fabric, a bad product, or do you have a better one? Or does everybody have the same problem? Just don't talk about it. So I want to learn a little bit of what you do with the mobile domes, because they get uh, tears and holes, big holes, small holes all the time, and they're made of different fabrics. So I have a survey that I want to share with you. Maybe it's a I'll do something. My talk about this is in the end, but I will share you the survey. So in the meantime, you can take a look at it, maybe even answer it, and we have all the questions for the end of the presentation. So let me find the chat here. Okay. Okay. So, Omar, please, you can start with the first presentation, and thank you again.
thank you, Marco, and thank you for all of you. Let me just a few seconds to share my screen.
Sure. Yeah, I found the link.
So now my screen is ready now. Are you? Please
Yes,
confirm, Marco.
yes, your screen is okay,
So,
and the link for the survey is already in the chat. Okay, go ahead.
okay. Okay. So, thank you, Marco, and thank you for Susan, and all of you, and thank you also for give us opportunity to share our experience in the Arab world on the board of the Arab Planetarium Society. We have three talks today with you. Me, myself, and Muhammad Musallam, and also Samah and her sister will present a short note or short talk about our experience in the world of portable planetarium. For myself, I started the title is Film Star First Portable Planetarium in Egypt. So I'll tell you in 10 minutes only, short and long term story on this first portable planetarium in Egypt. First of all, I'd like to thank you. Uh, these nice people and these faces because all of these faces give me a hand during preparation of the my port planetarium fikri mustar from the uplift Mr. Zraidi from Morocco, Mr. Mohammed Musallam from Iraq, my colleagues Nabila Wabak from Algeria, the technician people Ibrahim from Egypt, and my daughter in the lower left, Dr. Mariam and Paul from Australia, of course Susan from USA, and my colleagues also Amr Elise from Egypt and Lionel from France. All of this give me a hand, technical hand and advice for the preparation, the Cream Star Portabilitarian. The start of myself, which is a long story tonight, is my beginning in the Planetarium platform, Planetarium world. It was more than 30 years in Kuwait Science Club when I was starting for opening the carriage of the Kuwait Science Club Planetarium and operating what is called Star Ball. That was a big memory for me, a big experience also. And then after 7 years, go to the Library of Alexandria at the beginning of 2002. And then I starting my journey for more than 24 years for the Planetarium of Library of Alexandria and working in all processing for upgrading and working gathering the people for our event in that planetarium at that time before my retirement uh, 7 months ago. And I'm working from the classical planetarium, upgrading to digital planetarium and all activity in that one. And then contacting in parallel during my work in Library Alexandria, contacting more of planetariums in my country, Egypt, in the Suez Canal, and building a new one in Cairo, and also one for the naval colleagues and army colleagues also, and children city and the this one small one for it was in Tantra. Many planetariums small I was involved to give a hand and to give an was technical consultant. All this accumulate my experience to start for the upcoming short story. Then, during my work in the Life of Alexandria, was a big experience with International Planetarium Society, starting from most of the conference, starting from 2006 at Australia, and then in also I think that was with China, and also this one also maybe one of you can search about her face in this long story in the IPS. And finally, I was convener for the IPS at 2010 in the Lab of Alexandria. All this long story, but the mobile planetarium or portable planetarium, completely different story, completely different world for myself, هذا عمر فكري. So it was starting at 2006 in Australia when I was entering in this small one, and was I joined to know to hear about what is called mobile planetarium or portable planetarium. Searching in the wallet, I will find it completely different experience, completely different technical details. But it's also with the same function like the fixed one. So when I started to think about the portable planetarium, I was gave also an talk about more than a year for what is called the wrong use of portable planetarium during this nice periodical meeting at January 2024. And I'm searching after my retirement what about the portable planetarium in the Arab world. I find more than one in Morocco for Abdul Latif Israeli, and also in Iraq for my colleagues Mohammed Musalem. He will give a talk after a few minutes, and also in Tunisia and also in Algeria, my colleagues Nabil. And I find this is a very interesting world to enter after my leaving the Library of Alexandria, also in Jordan and Oman, and starting with Krimo Star. So I started my short story for building a new planetarium, which is called Fikrimo Star. Krimo Fikri for my name, and Mo Mobile Star give me indication for the astronomy. Fikrimo Star. This is me and my family give the name of this new portable planetarium, Fikrimo Star. So I starting with the building the logo of the project, Freedom Star Portable Planetarium, and make a preparation of official paper in my country to working and gathering money if there are. Uh, something like official agreement from the from the Egyptian government to give me an permission to work with the people and for the school, and then I started to facing the problem paying the portable and inflatable dome or manufacture it. So it's very hard to pay because it's very expensive for myself. So I'm going to my small workshop in Cairo and starting to build a new planetarium with 6 diameter, elevation of about 4 meters. That's wrong information for me. And starting with all processing for preparations, the dimension and gathering the strips of the planetarium itself, and then also painting of the painting some stars and astronomical images on the outside slides of the planetarium. And this is the final form or the final image of the cream star. So let's stop here and tell you about what happened parallel to all this process. Parallel to this work, I was working on the projection system inside the portable planetarium. So I'm working in two sides, spherical and fisheye. I've already paid the spherical one, spherical mirror, and preparation of it inside the planetarium, and also working on the software. There are a lot of softwares can operating inside the portable planetarium mobile one, Stellarium, Spacecrafter, Space Engine, Stellarium 360, Night Shades, World Telescope, Open Chair. One of them, more of them is free, and and part of them was charged. You have to pay for to work in that. Something like the Space Engine, and also I think Shira Player also. Shira Player was expensive one. So I choose it. I choosing Stellarium and Spacecrafter, which was uh, free to working inside my planetarium Star. Also working on some accessories inside the planetarium. I'll give a short note about each item of this. Short stories in preparation the spherical mirror, how to prepare or how to fix the spherical mirror inside the dome. It for me it was a fair challenge because I'm working more than 30 years in the fixed planetarium with a large planetarium equipment and upgrading the digital one. So and when I'm downgrade my technician information for the portable one, I facing a lot of problems. So I was asking my friends to give a hand for preparation of all these accessories for the portable one. I prepared the box for the spherical mirror with my neighbor here, and also go to paying two lenses to also prepare the fish eye projection. So in Fikri Star, I working with two projection systems, spherical mirror and fish eye one. Also, I paying I facing a lot of problems to prepare the lenses for the fish eye from outside Egypt because it's not it's not يعني ready to pay from the local market. Also, I facing a technical problem for adjusting the focal length and diameter of the fish eye lens related to the projector which are working. So thank you, Muhammad Musalim, and thank you, Lionel, also for to give me a hand for solving the technical information. I'm go to this nice guy to help me for adjusting the diagonal of the two lenses for the fish eye and preparing the diagonal with this way. But this way was wrong because you have to attach directly the lens with the diagonal, not with this bar. I don't know. Completely, it was new world for me. So I got a lot of mistakes at the beginning. So this is a final form of the system, but it not was working for this for the start. So I pack again to fix these problems and make a housing for the fish eye. This is my daughter, Mariam, to prepare the pillows for inside the planetarium. So go to my house and my wife also help me for preparing the pillows inside the planetarium. This is some pictures to prepare the pillows inside it. I preparing 30 pillows inside the dome uh, and also publication. I've been working on the publication for the Cream Star, something like voucher and tickets and the flyer in Arabic and English, and also name tags for me and for my assistants, and also banner and stickers and some other publications, and also give يعني gives or gifts something like medals for the visitor or for the kids one of side, two sides. One of them is the logo of the Star, and the other side is the barcode to go inside the platform like Facebook and blah 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 of the Star. Also, this is the what is called the QR code for to enter the Facebook and YouTube and Instagram and other platform. I am choosing to work with the operation system is Spacecrafter, which I thank you, Lionel, very much for this software. It's very uh, active. This software can operate shows and also can operate what all you need inside the portable planetarium, sky and planets and events, and it's very easy to use after some يعني training. Yeah. But when start to test all this equipment, I facing a lot of problems. This is the final form of the Grimo Star. But when I go to inside, I facing this a big mistakes of design because it was entering the light from outside and entering the painting. This painting it was seen inside the portable planetarium. So I was very sad and very angry also with the workshop in Cairo. So we got a decision to prepare or to fix this problem. These images from inside the Krimo Star first version. So I take the decision to cut this part inside this part because it was very very high. The elevation was 5 meter, 80 centimeter was very high height for the portfolio, and also this also bar was more than 8 meters. So we cut this part of the planetarium and make a new version of of the planetarium. When I searching for it will be working without a door like this. So I am searching. Okay, it will be working with or without a door of the planetarium. So I'm back again to Cairo and preparing the or fixing the problem of the door and elevation. And also I'm facing problem of what is called blower. My colleagues are is ready helping me and give me a lot of advices to working with one of them. And this is a final form of Cream Star. And starting at last October for our first uh, shows for with the school. Also, I'm facing the problem of adjusting the focus of the two lenses of the fish eye because it was be the amount of image inside the dome itself. You have to adjust also the lens of the system of lenses away or not the projector itself. My projector was Epson, was lumens about 4,000 lumens. So I'm make adjustment. I take about 2 weeks to adjust the this is my system, by the way. And I bought also some equipment for my home to adjust the focus and adjust the elevation of the image inside the dome. Finally, I got the final form of Cream Star in the left, and starting with my first play with the Cordoba school. It was very young kids, as you see here, Omar Fikri seeing one of them, also about 3 years, and go inside and make some barrel activity, solar observation with a special solar filter. And it was very interesting for me and very happy to my family was to give me a hand during the show. This is real images from inside the Cream Star. And also go to the another one and go to for the adults shows. Last December, it was an international workshop for at Helwan Observatory, and I also joined with 5 shows in Arabic and English. It was also was very effective, was Cream Star and activities. And also there are some old men and old women also joined these shows. And also I'm creating the short by myself, creating short movie about 2 minutes or 3 minutes for the very young students. If you give me an permission to show you or to share with you these 2 shows, one all of them 2 minutes only. If you are ready, I can play it now.
Sure, go ahead, Omar.
Are you hearing the sound?
No sound
The
yet.
sound is okay.
No sound.
Okay, this was my short and long-term story for the burning of Star Port of Planetarium, which is called first one in Egypt. Thank you of all of you.
Thank you, Omar. It really reminds me of the first days when we were first trying to set up a mobile planetarium with no reference. Now you have the information, at least. Back in the 90s, there was no internet and we didn't know what to do, so we have to invent things. But yes, the great job that you have done there.
Thank you.
And it's also interesting all the different techniques that we use. Some of us have a mirror or a full dome or a cylinder or whatever. It's very different, but the challenge is always there. How do I take the universe everywhere? So, really, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, Marco.
Okay, let me get the agenda back on the screen. And so now, update. Great. Do you have an update for the astronomy project?
Well, thank you, Marco, and hello, everybody from Sri Lanka. Uh, I live in the United States, but decided to escape the North American winter and have been now in Sri Lanka. I'm going to be here for 2 months working and going to be doing some work developing the Astronomy for Peace project. 25 years ago, there was a conference held here in Sri Lanka, hosted by the International Planetarian Society and the Sri Lankan Colombo Planetarium. And it was at that conference that 35 participants heard an address from Arthur C. Clarke and also heard some stimulating ideas from the director of the planetarium, T.C. Savarnaika, whom we fondly called Sam. 2 years later, in 2003, I had the opportunity to come to Sri Lanka and spend 6 months working with Sam, talking in schools, probably talking to about 10,000 students over that 6 month period. And often when Sam and I would be going somewhere, Sam would talk about using astronomy to promote peace. And he had done some workshops where he had brought Buddhist, Hindu, and Muslim children together and teach them about the sky and to show them that we all see the same sky. And when you look at the sky, it puts some perspective on some of the issues we face on this earth. And maybe the problems that we worry about so much and those differences that we argue about so much, maybe they don't really matter that much when you look at the cosmic perspective. And so I didn't think about that too much for the next 20 years or so. In 2023, I came back to Sri Lanka to attend a wedding of a family I knew here. And I had the opportunity to meet again with Sam. And we talked a little bit about the idea of astronomy for peace. But he had kind of forgotten about his idea and was working on other projects. So when I went home, I felt rather disappointed, but I said, well, let me start talking about it. So I went to the Great Lakes Planetarium Association meeting, gave a paper, Astronomy for Peace. In 2024, I gave the same paper at the IPS conference in Berlin. And last summer, I gave the same paper at the Mid-Atlantic Planetarium Association meeting in Washington, D.C. And if anyone would like a copy of the paper, I will, after I finish talking, I will put my email address in the comments and you can email me. We've been thinking about this project for at least 2 years, but we haven't been able to fully develop it yet. And a big question in my mind is, yes, it's a good project, but should we go ahead and form our own NGO, Astronomy for Peace NGO, or should we merge with some organization that's doing similar work? And that's been on my mind a lot. And it's really prevented me from going forward and with the project. But recently, in December, I contacted Kevin Govinder. Now, all of you know about the International Astronomical Union, Association of Professional Astronomers. And the International Astronomical Union has many, subdivisions that do different things. And they have a subdivision called the Office of Astronomy Development, or OAD. And the OAD is headquartered in South Africa, and they are a way in which the IAU can help projects that want to promote astronomy education. Many of the projects have been in developing countries, but they can do it they can fund projects in any country. For example, I had helped do a workshop in Ghana that was funded by the OAD. And I was looking at their website a couple of years ago, and I noticed they had funded a project in Cyprus. And the title of the project was Astronomy for Peace, Project Hypatia Columba. And those of you who know about Cyprus know that you have the Greeks, Cypriots, and you have the Turkish Cypriots, and they don't get along, and there's a lot of misunderstandings. So what the project proposed to do was to bring children together and study astronomy and help children to get to know, these people that they might think were enemies, and to see that they're very similar and they have the same hopes and dreams that they share. And so that project was done. And then there was a project done in Spanish Sahara. And I read the paper about that. There was a project done in Colombia. And so I reference all of those projects in my paper, Astronomy for Peace. And my paper concluded basically saying that I would like to inspire other groups to pursue similar projects. Now, we are going to do some brainstorming with the Office of Astronomical Development very soon, probably in January, maybe February, where we would brainstorm some ideas about where we go from here. At the present time, my idea is that we do not go in and run the programs. If we form an NGO, the Astronomy for Peace, we will not go in and run programs. We will let people in the country or the area, we will let them run their own programs because they need to have ownership. It's their country. They need to do it. But what we can do is provide resources. We can provide training. We can provide help, maybe get funding from the Office of Astronomical Development to help them, show them how to fund their project. But we are not going to go in and run the project for them. We will let the local people run their own project. That is the most successful model. We are not the experts coming from the outside to show them how to do it because we don't know. We don't know the issues that they might be facing between different groups in their country. They know the issues. They are the ones that have to do the programming. So now I've only been in Sri Lanka for 3 days, but I'm coming to see that this may be the appropriate place to start a pilot program for Astronomy for Peace. T.C. Samaranayake, passed away last year. And I think it'd be appropriate to start a project here that would be in memory of the person that inspired it. So I've already contacting people. I have contacts I'll probably be talking to from the Arthur C. Clarke Space Science Institute, with a person at one of the universities in Colombo, people at the American Embassy. There's a person coming from Nepal who's participating. He's an American diplomat. So, and my host here in Bandarella, his name is Gamini Fonseca. Gamini has said, well, we can use this area. We can have a conference center here. So it seems like an ideal place for us to have some type of pilot program. So our next steps are to talk with the people in South Africa and see if they can help us to decide where we go from here. And if any of you, again, are interested in reading about the project, reading the paper, send me an email and I can send you the text. Or if any of you like to participate, let me know and we can, let you keep you advised the developments in the future. So it's an exciting project, and I really think it has the potential. Well, there's two things that I've learned over the last 50 years that I've been traveling the world. I visited over 50 countries, and everywhere I go, I see two things. These are my two main things that I've gained that I want to communicate to you, and I want to communicate to the world. Number one, we are all the same. We all are so much more alike than we are different. We are all human beings. We all laugh. We all cry. We want better things for our children. And yet, we seem to emphasize the differences and we fight over this and that, but we're all the same. Let's unite. Let's look to the sky and realize the vastness and the wonderfulness of the universe and be inspired to work together. And the second thing that I've learned, and I've experienced it again in this trip, I walk down the street and people stop and talk with me, and people say hello and want to know where I'm from. And I tell people back in America, the world is a friendly place. Many Americans, and not probably not just Americans, but people around the world are afraid to go to other countries. They think the world is a scary place. The world is not a scary place. The world is a friendly place. Of course, you have exceptions. I'm not saying you should just go out and go somewhere and there's a war going on and you say the world's this friendly place and you get shot. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is most people are friendly. Most people are helpful. The world is a friendly place. That's the message that needs to be communicated to the world. And I think Astronomy for Peace will help it.
Thank you, Dave. And thank you for sharing this initiative with the Mobile Dome community. I'm pretty sure that we can reach more of those populations who need the message. So yes, I would recommend everybody to join in the program.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It always amazes me when I tell people the majority of people are good people. They're helpful and they're friendly. They say, I hope you're right. Because they really don't believe it because of the PR on the news stations, etc.
Yeah.
So your project is very welcome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. And I will put my contact information in the chat.
Yeah, please have this information, Dave. Thank you, really. So we're going to move on with the next presentation by Mohamed Mosalam. Mohamed, if you're there, please take over.
Marco, please, I'll assist or help Muhammad Musalam for translation. So he will give his talk and I'll try to translate what he said.
Sure, of course. Thank you.
محمد لو جاهز يلا بينا.
نعم دكتور، مرحبا، كيف الحال؟ مرحبا بالجميع وكل عام وأنتم بخير. تمام، أقدر أسوي الشير. ممكن آخر شيء أكون أنا على ما أدخل من اللابتوب يكون أفضل.
Okay ماشي. Sorry Marco for this technical equipment at Muhammad Musalam. Can we postpone his talk to the end of the schedule of our agenda today because he was facing a problem with sharing from the mobile. So you can go to the next.
Yes, of course.
Talk.
We can just move on, of course. But thank you for trying now. Okay, let me share the agenda again. So, okay, so we have Agatha with a new licensing option for mobile domes. That's nice to know. Okay, please, Agatha.
Hello, everyone. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Can you wave your hand if you can hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Let me share my screen. There you go. Can you see my screen?
Yes, it's okay.
Okay, great. So, hi everyone. My name is Agata. I'm from animation studio Krutart. We are based in Prague. I think maybe some of you already know us, but if you don't, we make full dome content for domes around the world. We produce the content and we distribute it ourselves as well. I'm really happy to be here. Thank you for having me and for giving me the opportunity to share our new product with you. We've been collaborating with the biggest domes in the world, but also the smallest ones. And while we were chatting with you guys with mobile domes and small domes, we realized that you need a different style of licensing because sometimes you don't get to show the film so often, or you have some budgeting issues and you face a lot of different hardships. I think some of them even were mentioned here today. I think, Marco, you said you have to keep repairing your dome. So we understand that having a small dome or a mobile dome is not always easy, but we do want to make it easy for you. And that's why we created Krutart Easy, which is a 10-year license for small domes. And it's very fast and simple to get the license. What I'm sharing with you is the website where you can actually purchase the license. The license is meant mainly for small domes. That means if you have under 45 seats or if you are under 5,000 visitors annually. But I mean, if you have 5,500 or 6,000, it's okay. You can still email us and we might still let you to have that Krutart Easy license. We're always open to helping you out if we can. So the 10-year license is for currently our 2 shows. Our first show that we ever made, 3, 2, 1 Liftoff. I'm sure some of you have already heard about it. It's a bestseller. We currently have, I think, over 20 language versions of the film. And yep, it's about a hamster who is trying to find a way to get to space. So it's about the physics of getting into space. And here you can see the pricing for the 10-year license. It comes to 200 euros for a year, which I think is a really cool price. And it definitely gives you enough time to make profit. So I feel like sometimes domes don't play their content too often, so they need the longer licensing. So yeah. The second film we have, it's our new production. It's called Little Eve. There's two versions of this film. There's a family version and a school version. They are both included in one license, in the price of one license. And yeah, we're very proud of this new film. We showed it in the new LED Dome in Prague about, I think, 2 months ago, and that was a great success. And this one, because it's newer and it's a bigger project, it comes to $239 for a year. The process of getting this license, the easy license, so you just check if you're eligible for the license, then you pay, then you receive an email with the files, so you just download them and you can start screening. So I think all of this can happen in 1 or maybe even 2 days. So from the start of you acquiring the license to you being able to screen the film is very fast and easy. Maybe I will show you just so it's clear. If you want to purchase the license, you click eligibility and buy. Let's say I have a dome with 20 seats and 2,000 annual visitors. I will click check now. And it shows that I am eligible. So I can either click on pay by invoice which then if you go through the invoice, you can choose which film you want, or we have a bundle for both of the films. And then you just enter all the information that is required. You click request official invoice, and one of my colleagues will come back to you very soon with the invoice. And then it's very fast from there. Or if you prefer, or you can, because sometimes you cannot, but if you can pay by card, you just click proceed to payment. If you have a code from us, you add it here, and then you just add your email, Planetarium, enter your card details, pay, and yeah, that's it. So this website, actually, I will put it in the comments or in the chat when I'm done, because it's not accessible to everybody. It's just meant for mobile and small domes like you guys have. So I will put it down in the chat, or you can then open it and save it up. And yeah, I will also put my email address. So if you have any questions or you need help with the purchase, or if you want the screeners to the films, I can send that over as well. So I would also put my email address. And I just wanted to say that we are actually going to be upping our prices starting from Monday. So if you want the current pricing, you can buy it today or tomorrow, which I know is very fast, but we also wanted to do something special for you guys. So if you jot down your email address in the chat, I will send over a special code on Monday for a 15% discount for you, as I think will be valid for, I guess, like a month from Monday. Yeah. Let me just. Okay. I don't know how to. Oh, yeah, there we go. I think I stopped sharing my screen now. So I do have 2 questions for you. I wanted to ask if you guys think you can see like partnering up with other planetariums, maybe like doing a group of 5 planetariums and purchasing a license together, which would make it like more favorable licensing for you. I'm not sure if that's something that would be interesting to you. We don't have currently an offer for that. We don't know how that would look, but we just want to ask if that's something that seems interesting to you guys.
That's been a very big interest to people, but no one has come up with an idea of how to price it and then tell us ahead of time what the pricing would be, how many people would have to be part of the group, etc. So it's something that needs to be defined and worked out, but certainly there's a lot of interest.
So what we're thinking is 5 or more. It starts at five domes. Anyone else want to pitch in, say if that's something that you would be interested in or not?
Okay, I just wanted to make clear. So it's the idea is a single payment at the beginning. It's not 10 small payments every year, right? It's just the whole thing at the beginning.
Yes, most probably yes.
Okay.
But
Because
the terms,
I'm pretty
but
sure
the
if you distribute the cost along the years, so for example, 2026, so I can have this program and I will pay, I think it's 200 euros or something like that, maybe more feasible than the 2000, because when a full dome, when full dome domes have the capability of projecting like anything, you don't rely on just one single program. That's my own experience. I have licenses which I seldom use because I have a lot of programs. I have 40 in the offer, and so it's hard to focus on just one single program to get all the revenue back from that specific program. So that's kind of a situation that you may have to take into account when you go to a dome that has the full dome capability. Right now, would be very interesting, of course, if somebody is going to start the mobile enterprise and okay, what do we start with? Oh, just this program, and I'll go with that. I'll just work with this, and that will be okay. That will be like an ideal situation. So I guess it can work. Dario has a question there.
Yes, I'm sorry. There's a someone working with a chainsaw outside. Is doing some noise. I don't know if it's passing on to you. In Portugal, we have a national agency that somehow envelops all the science centers. Many science centers have portable planetariums. I see as an option, it would be a very valuable option if the national agency could license the movies and pass that license on to the individual science centers. I don't know how it would how it will be managed locally. Different science centers have different needs. Have different. We have different planetariums. We have different systems, and we also have different sizes and attendances. But I see that the national agency could somehow work with you in licensing movies. We are already your clients. We have 321 Liftoff, and we are considering Little Leaf. Yeah, but this is for our large fixed dome. How would it work for the national agency to license the movies and pass that license on to the smaller science centers? That's my 2 cents.
Thank you for that idea. That sounds very interesting. The only thing that I am like immediately concerned about is exactly as you said, all the small domes are different and have different needs. So we would still need to be involved, and then it just makes it easier if you already are talking to us and there's no middleman because you will be needing different things for your different domes. So I think that just would make it more complicated, and we're trying to make it easy.
Okay, there's a question from Patrick. Oh, sorry.
Just another thing.
Yeah.
I know it works for the with the larger domes with licenses, but you don't have the movies in all the languages. And I was told that Krutart helps sharing the cost of creating the local versions.
So it always depends on the case, but our usual approach is that if you would make a dubbing, you make it, and then we take care of half of the cost. But it depends on how much the dubbing costs and what the specifics are. But we usually try to help out with at least half in return of you then providing the dubbing for us.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dario. Patrick.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Agata, for the information. I would like to know, I see on your website that's it's a 1K to 6K resolution. The licensing you propose at this price, does it limit it in the resolution since it's for mobile dome? So does it go up to the 6K version, or it's stopped at 2K or 4K?
I believe we have up to 4K for the mobile domes because it's for smaller domes. But then if it would make a really big difference for you and you need a bigger resolution, you can always try to contact us. I will put my email in the chat and yeah, we can talk about it.
Yeah, and I want to know if what is your threshold between mobile dome and fixed dome? I know it's weird, but it's the number of seats that's you say, oh well, below 50 seats it's a mobile dome, and half bigger, because we have some mobile dome that you can put more than 100% inside. So I don't know what is the threshold for this price of licensing.
So for the Krutart Easy license, it's under 45 seats and under 5,000 visitors per year. That's yep, the specifics. I'm putting the link to the page of the Krutart Easy in the chat, guys. So if you want to check it out, you can, or jot it down, because it is not, you can't just access it through the internet. You have to either type in the website or click on a link. And I will also jot down my email address. Okay. Did I respond to all your questions, Patrick, or do you still
Yes,
have?
thank you very much. I will leave my email in the chat too, to
Yep.
get the
So
information.
anyone that wants the 15% discount sent to you on Monday, please put your emails in the chat and we'll send that over to you guys. Yeah, and maybe I just also have another question for everybody, if that's okay. So I wanted to ask you, when you're considering new licenses, what is the main criteria that makes you decide on something? Is it the favorable licensing conditions? Is it that it's premium content? Or what is the main decision maker for you guys?
Okay, I want to start there with we bought a license for dinosaurs because that's what most of the kids were asking for. So it was not an offer from the producer. We searched for the program.
Okay. So it was a topic that made the... Anybody else want to pitch in, say something? What makes you guys decide to license something or not license? Is it is it still just budgets, or...
If I can jump in, for us, we don't really well, mostly we rent dome for other person who want to create an event for a special occasion, or for example, or a day, or a corporation. So all the content's always changing. For example, if we have uh, to buy a license, it mostly to be one time. So for us, we probably want a smaller fee, and just for 1 year or for one occasion, piece by piece, instead of 10 years. But because I don't know when we will able to reuse the license.
I totally understand that. We actually created the Krutart Easy, so it's much cheaper for the 10 years than even a 1 year license would be for small domes. So I think it's always better to go with the Krutart Easy, but if you really need 1 year, then we also do have pricing for that as well. But it's just not going to be so so cheap. Yeah, such a good price.
I want to add another idea. I had stated this some years ago to another producer of fulldome programs, because we usually think of this like only for developed countries with a lot of resources and all that. And I found out, for example, that producers have some years of getting the revenue back from a program, and then it's still there. They have already paid for everything, but they can still add some small fee licenses for old programs that are very important and new and modern for the rest of the countries you may not be considering. For example, I found a very old program in the United States, Halloween. We needed just that for October, you know? So it made no sense a big license. But I found an old program, and I reached the producer, and I found out, okay, can I have the license? Yeah, it's $200. And that was okay because we showed the program twice, and that's it. Made more sense. but it was an old program which was not had not lost its value for us. So through the years, if you have old programs that you think, no, we're not selling that anymore, you can still do that with, especially with mobiles in other countries. It's just an idea. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for this idea. Does anybody else have any questions about the licensing or the shows or anything? Hey, hi, Ellen.
Hi. Yeah, I have to make my standard pitch about for people who, then there's a lot of portable planetarium people who do live programs only. And in that realm, I've always approached producers, show content creators with the idea of short segments for a particular topic, short things that a live presenter could use in their presentation, and selling them for something short of a full-blown however long the programs are. It's which nobody who does live programs is going to do. So that's just my pitch, that I pitch that to all developers, that it'd be nice to have those for less expensive, small clips of things that would be useful.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. Thank you for this pitch. I will definitely pass it on to the bosses up there, and who knows, maybe your big dream will come true finally.
Okay, somebody else? This is getting very interesting, Agatha. Thank you for all the ideas that you are forcing yourself to come up with for this community of mobile domes. But yeah, that's really thank you for participating and trying to give us some solutions. I'm pretty sure.
Thank you. Thank you
you'll
for
be
having me. It was lovely to join. I'm excited to hear everybody else.
I've seen the previews of the program. They're great. Good job.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to move on with our agenda, which now we have first steps in the secret portable planetarium. If you're there, please take over.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. My name is Samah Falah, the owner and the founder of Dar es Salaam Astronomical Team, and the owner of Secret of Dome of Secrets. And I have here my sister. She will talking about Dome of Secrets.
Hi. Hi, I will be presenting my sister here. I'm good at English, so I will be doing the presentation for her. I'm gonna
Okay, go
just
ahead.
share my screen.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you see the screen now?
It's for mobile.
Dr. Omar, do you see the screen now?
أنا شايف في الموبايل صور اوكي.
تمام.
All
Okay,
right.
go ahead.
Go ahead, David.
First, we would like to tell you, I added subtitles so you can understand what I'm saying. We would like to tell you how it all started. We began by forming Dar es Salaam Astronomical Team. And just a We would like
سماح
to
انت
tell you how it all started. We began by forming a Dar es Salaam astronomical team, a group dedicated to spreading
maybe there are some poor connection. سماح في مشكلة في النت عندك؟
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So it all started with we formed the Dar es Salaam astronomical team, a group dedicated to spreading astronomical knowledge across Iraq, our country. Our activities were free and open to everyone, with the goal of making astronomy accessible to all communities. This is the logo of Dar es Salaam astronomical team. One of our main activities was telescope observation in public places. So we made it for free and we did a lot of activities, as well as visiting nursing homes and orphanages, allowing everyone to experience the beauty of the night sky. For orphan children, we organized several special activities, took them to the library, and conducted engaging educational activities, such as screening an astronomy film, teaching them how to draw celestial objects, and reading astronomy books together. So this is all done by Dar es Salaam astronomical team. We have accomplished 200 astronomical activities in less than 2 years. Here we have a picture we took for the 200 activity. This is all, like I said, in Dar es Salaam astronomical team. Also, we held an astronomy expedition for children, where we awarded a telescope as the first prize in the first year. And in the second year expedition, both the first and the second winner received telescopes with prizes given to all participants. In the midst of all this, we hope to own a mobile planetarium to expand our astronomy outreach. Even further, with this planetarium, we aim to reach more children and teenagers, as it would allow us to bring the wonders of astronomy directly to them and inspire a deeper interest in science and astronomy. So I'm going to tell you how did we acquire the mobile planetarium. We worked with dedication, determination, and seriousness to raise the funds for our mobile planetarium. We started a small food catering business. Here you can see the pictures of it. And participated in bazaars. Bazaars is a local markets where people sell products and crafts. It's like maybe held for 2 days or 1 day, but it isn't permanent. And we moved a lot from a bazaar to another bazaar. We also offered home delivery service, running this project for 1.5 years with my family from home. This project helped support part of the expenses for Dar es Salaam astronomical team, but the amount was still not enough. So we did that, like the money that came from this catering business, we took it and we had our expenses from Dar es Salaam astronomical team with it, but also we held some aside for the Dome of Secrets, but it was still not enough. So my sister used her personal and funds, like savings, and borrowed the remaining amount from a relative. Finally, my dream came true, and we were able to own a mobile planetarium, the Dome of Secrets. This is the date. It was 11. I mean 1/11. The 2025. So this is the Dome of Secrets. The first activity of the dome. Our first activity, official activity, with the mobile planetarium was our participation in the Baghdad Shopping Festival. It's a festival that happens every year in Baghdad, once. We took part for 13 consecutive days at the Baghdad International Fairgrounds, operating daily from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. The Dome of Secrets was warmly welcomed by visitors. Also, I would like to add, we did an English and Arabic presentation for those who speak English or Arabic that visited us. So, especially children, we were also visited by school principals and teachers. And as a result, we are currently in contact with 5 schools across different provinces of Iraq that have required us to visit them and organize planetarium activities for their students. This is a picture from the Dome of Secrets, and this is the inside. Like, families really loved it, and children, they went crazy for it. And we have here some visitors and some like people who enjoyed it. And that's it. Thank you.
Well, thank you for sharing how you started this. It's a different story for everybody, but yeah, great effort.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
What kind of dome and projection system do you use?
شنو نوع القبة شو اسمه البروجكشن
Data show and fish eye.
والقبة شنو It's just a mobile planetarium. I showed it like it's inflatable.
And
Yeah.
did the company that made it, or did you make it yourself like Omar did his?
We bought it and we worked with the
دكتور عبد الله
دكتور عبد الله
دكتور عبد الله الركابي من جامعة اسمه فلك الفضاء.
Yes, Dr. Abdullah Rakabi. It's his name. He's from the University of Baghdad. The Department of Astronomy and Space.
He helped us.
He helped us. I'm sorry. He helped us, and we bought it from him.
I see. Thank you. I'm interested because it is difficult to purchase these things, and later I'll be talking about this fact and trying to gather information about what domes are being used, what companies, what projectors, and who makes it, or is it a homemade? That kind of thing is very interesting to me.
A little bit. The dome, the inflatable dome, was bought from AliExpress from China. So it got shipped from China. And the projector, I think we sell it here in Iraq. Like the projector is here, but it's a very good projector. Like it's advanced, yes. And the lens that goes from the projector to the lens, it's from Canon. And we also, I think, sell it here in Iraq. Like I think it exists here. But the dome it got shipped from AliExpress. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Well, you're welcome. Thank you.
Any questions? Okay, thank you.
Okay, Marco, can you I ask about the in general, what about the to manage the portable planetarium for free for the public? I think it's difficult to manage it for free.
لا
For
لا
free,
Not for free.
no دار السلام حبنا شو اسمه
Dar es Salaam astronomical team was for free. The activities
وحيبقى
of
free.
it was for free and it will still be free. But the Dome of Secrets, no.
حتدعم الفريق.
It costs maybe $2 for entry, maybe less.
okay, okay, I got it. Okay, I got it. Okay, thank you,
Yeah.
Samah, and thank you,
We can,
Anna. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. So we can use these funds from the dome to help us make our activities still for free in Dar es Salaam.
in دار السلام.
Thank you to both of you, and congratulations for your work, and Dr. Abdallah who's helped you, and thank you for your input in the IPS periodical talks for mobile planetarium.
Thank you دكتور عمر.
So now, Marco, if you can give us a permission for Muhammad, he will start his talk. Muhammad Musallam. I'll share his presentation from my mobile, and he will give us his talks.
Great.
Can I share?
Please go ahead.
Okay. Okay, Muhammad Musallam, if you are ready, I can help you for give the presentation. محمد مسلم هل ترى
نعم دكتور
اتفضل
أسمعك.
اتفضل
جاهز أنا.
حبيبي. ده
الموضوع راح يكون عن السلامة المهنية في القباب الفلكية المتنقلة، وهذا هو شروط جدا ضرورية وأساسية في الحفاظ على سلامة الحضور ونجاح العمل.
اوكي
تفضل دكتور الترجم وبعدين أعمل.
Okay. As you see the title of Muhammad, he will speak about the safety inside the portable planetarium to save the people and save the team also. Now, his is the first slide. He will talk about the site selection. مكان العرض. تفضل محمد أول سلايد.
تمام أستاذ، نتكلم عن المكان العمل. طبعا لابد من الاطلاع على المكان قبل بدء بالعمل، وملاحظات جدا ضرورية. إذا كان المكان مفتوح لابد بأخذ نظر الاعتبار الظروف الجوية.
We will take consideration about the weather condition if the portable planetarium it's outdoor. Okay.
ولو كان في مكان قاعة مغلقة أيضا لابد الانتباه والأخذ الحذر من حجم المكان من ناحية المساحة والارتفاع وسطح المكان. هذا جدا ضروري طبعا.
For the indoor, it's very important to take in consideration the height and the site preparation for his dimension of the planetarium because his portable planetarium. I think it was about 8 meters or something like that. تفضل محمد.
المكان جدا ضروري الاهتمام به. ملاحظات كثيرة خصوصا الدول اللي فيها الجو حار طبعا لابد يعرف انه قبل لا يضع القبة انه تحتاج الى تكييف او الجو ملائم وغيرها من الظروف الجوية اللي نعرفها. هذه جدا ضرورية لازم ينتبه لها العاملين في القبة الفلكية.
Also, the weather condition very important to working inside the what is called air condition preparation indoor, but outdoor is very difficult to work because it's very hot in the outdoor. And I think this is a very major problem in all the portable planetarium. He said that.
سلايد الثاني دكتور.
Okay.
سلايد يتكلم عن السلامة الكهربائية. مد الأسلاك بشكل منتظم وبعيد عن الحضور وخوفا من التعثر، وفحص الأسلاك بشكل دوري كل مناسب.
Also take care of consideration about the wire connections and periodically take care about to maintain your connections and the wiring system outside and inside the mobile one. Okay.
خصوصا الأسلاك اللي تدخل داخل القبة اللي يصل إلى جهاز العرض، هذا جدا ضروري أنه يتم تثبيته بشكل جيد، وخوفا من التعثر به والانتباه إلى، وأيضا ممكن رفعه بعد ذلك بلواصق قابلة للرفع لو لسقط ثبت في الأرض، وأيضا الانتباه إلى المراوح لأنها تسحب أي شيء مثل ما موضح بالصورة.
especially the connections, wire connection or wire connectors inside the planetarium, and take care also about the air blower, because the air blower will involve the pollution from outside to inside the mobile
تمام.
planetarium.
سلايد الثالث دكتور. سلامة الجمهور. لابد من أن يكون الحضور من فئة عمرية واحدة ومناسب، العدد يكون مناسب مع حجم القبة، هذا جدا ضروري، ويكون الدخول والخروج والجلوس بشكل منظم.
He says to take care about the age of the each group. Should to be classify the sessions with the same range of age, and also to be for the entering the planetarium and out the or of the planetarium to be one line, something like the slide in the middle here, and also to take care from entering and outside of the planetarium, and also take care about the setting inside the dome to be managed one by one. Okay.
نعم. لابد من إعطاء تعليمات توجيهات للحضور والكادر المرافق لهم قبل الدخول للقبة، وأيضا يعني يكون الكادر مدرب على إنقاذ الحضور في حالات الطارئة، وهي كثيرة، مثلا ظروف جوية مفاجئة أو انقطاع كهرباء أو شخص أصابه هلع داخل القبة ومثل هذه الظروف.
Muhammad also said that very important to give an instructions for the team or the teacher before entering the planetarium. Instruction for the safety, instruction for the what happen if the electricity is cut off, instruction for the any emergency can done before starting the session for the shows, and also asking the teachers or supervisor of the each group to help him for these instructions.
سلايد الرابع دكتور. نتكلم عن تدابير السلامة الوقائية، مثلا لازم نوفر مطفأة حريق والتعقيم والتهوية وتعطير القبة بشكل مستمر أو عند الحاجة، هذا جدا مهم.
Also, one of Muhammad tips to give to enter the perfume inside the dome. Perfume to put some perfume for the blower at the middle here. If the perfume, the air takes this perfume inside the tomb. From time to time, take a good perfume for the for audience, and also prepare yourself for any fire emergency. And also, you have to prepare yourself for talks from your assistants outside or inside the planetarium.
نعم. التواصل بشكل مستمر بين مقدم العرض داخل القبة والكادر المرافق له بشكل مستمر لأي طارئ، أي مساعدة يحتاج، وأيضا فحص القبة بشكل دوري أثناء التشغيل وأثناء تواجد الحضور داخلها أو خارجها.
Also take care about the maintenance periodically for your accessories, like the battery of the talks here, and also maintain the dome from side to side before starting and after finishing your sessions.
تمام دكتور. هذا نهاية العرض التقديمي، وإن شاء الله يكون استفاد الجميع، وأي سؤال أنا جاهز.
Also, he said thank you for give him opportunity to give you a very short and fast tips for safety for the his mobile planetarium, and he ready for any questions.
شكرا
Marco?
دكتور، يعطيك العافية ما قصرت.
Yeah, in fact, thank you for stating all of these tips, because each one of them could provide enough topics for a whole for a whole session. Yes, I think we will be, in fact, talking about this in the next meetings, because they're very, very important. Backup batteries and the cabling, all the safety is we have to consider when putting people inside these closed domes. So yeah, thank you for having this presentation for us.
محمد هو بيقول انه في المره القادمه هيعمل لقاء خاص بانظمه السلامه داخل القنابل الفلكيه المتنقله. هيكون كل التوكس او الكلمات كلها مصبه على هذا الموضوع، انظمه الامن والسلامه والحفاظ على العروض اثناء التشغيل. شكرا محمد. ثانك يو ماركو.
Okay, thank you.
نعم دكتور، شكرا شكرا، إن شاء الله واضح، وهذا باختصار طبعا لأن الوقت ضيق والكلام طويل وفي تفصيل كثير طبعا.
شكرا محمد. ثانك يو محمد again.
شكرا شكرا.
شكرا. ثانك يو in Arabic. شكرا.
Okay, so we're reaching the last presentations. Rosemary Whaling was not feeling well today, but I think Alan will put in the chat some remarks about the Planetarium Zoom Seminar archives, and maybe next time she will present that herself. And so moving on for the discussion I wanted to have today about fixing the mobile domes, there's in the chat a link for a survey, because I wanted to know about your experience with having imperfections in the dome. So in fact, I want to share with you the results I have so far. So let me bring them. It's surprising. Okay, we have this for now, 10 responses. For the first question, have you had holes in your mobile dome? Well, most of the people said yes, a lot of them, 40%. But wow, I envy you. 30% of you have never had a hole in your dome. Never. We'll see why. You have to tell us why. Yeah, others said really one or two here, maybe a couple of some of them. But yes, most of us have the problem. That's what I was suspecting before. And this was, I wanted to state it this way, your emotional tolerance. What do you do when you're presenting and suddenly you look up and there's a new hole there? What do you do? How do you feel about that? Because we're talking about quality of your presentation. Imperfections in the dome affect either the star field, especially the star field. And even if you have full dome movies, it's very annoying that everything moves, but the holes are fixed there. So 30% of you said you do not tolerate one hole, maybe one or two. Okay, it's okay. Too much effort, just let them. And 20% will just fix them only if there are a lot of them. So you still tolerate some of them. Nobody says, let's pretend it's another constellation. Well, that's good. Although I'm pretty sure there may be an occasion when you said, "Oh no, next time I'm fixing this. I cannot present anymore in this dome." And I'll show you some samples of how we have fixed these situations with 3 domes here in Costa Rica. Have you been able to fix the domes? 30% of you don't even know how to fix them. Well, that's what we're doing this discussion for, precisely. Yeah, 20%, most of them, you can fix them. Myself, I'm among most of them because they keep appearing. 20%, only some of them, the rest are still there. And 30%, yes, all of them all the time. So you have been able to fix them. And please let us know today how you have done that, okay? So I'm going back to the presentation that I had before. Please let me stop sharing this. And among all the windows that I have in the screens around me, let me just find the proper one to share. Okay, I'll probably not be able to see the whole thing here, but keynote window. So if I'm right with the sharing, you have a fixing mobile domes screen shared with the preliminary questions. So if you have holes in your dome, what your emotional tolerance, and if you have been able to fix them. I want to share with you an example of this. That's a grayscale I had, but this is my first case. Our oldest planetarium is a startup, and many of you have had this experience. The fabric of this is nylon plastic, but since the beginning we had problems with holes appearing, and you can see light coming through them. I remember the kit had some adhesive circles that you could put on those holes. But it was a very short time before you ran out of them, and then you have a lot of patches in the dome. It was terrible. So we had to come up with a solution for this particular dome, which we love because it's more plastic and can sustain humidity, sprinkle of water, even rain in some occasions. So what we did was this. We painted it. With that water-based paint, we could fix all of the holes at the same time. And for some time, we had a very good solution. After some years of folding it again, so some holes started appearing, and we had to paint it back. But the first time we painted it very clear, and it was a light gray because the dome was still an analog dome. We had a cylinder, and that startup cylinder required total darkness. So it was very few light coming from each star projector. So you needed the dome to be able to reflect that light. But then we bought the digital projector, and when we painted the dome for a second time, we made it darker, because if you don't do that and you project full dome movies, you will have washout coming from one side to the other, especially in small domes. That's terrible. So we converted our analog startup dome into a digital dome just by making it darker. How much dark? We have calculated about a 30% gray. Then you have the scale, more or less 25, 35, depending on the projector, the brightness of your projector, the size of the dome, the content, but it's usually around 30%. So that's just another tip. We love this dome, and yeah, we fixed it by painting it with water-based elastomeric paint. That's I think it's the name. That means that if you can fold the dome and the paint won't crack, and it has worked. So if any of you have this problem, this may be a solution for you. Next, our second dome. We have different feelings about this dome. We love it and we hate it. Uh, Expensive as it is, we love it because it's kind of perfect. Inside, when this dome is new, the surface is totally uniform. You can barely see the seams, the roundness, no wrinkles, the gray for the digital projection. It's just perfect. But it's very fragile after many presentations, but I'm talking 2-3 years, started to degrade, to appear holes, and the fabric itself started having problems. I'll show you. I need I'll stop sharing for a moment because I need to show you this. So if you have me there in your screen, and I'll put this for the recording. Okay, let me see. This came with the dome. It's part of the fabric. It's a cloth, basically. It's black from the outside, and it has like a double layer. It's gray inside. And we have found out that friction starts producing holes in it. So suddenly you are presenting and you see a hole, a light coming through. And it also at the seams of the dome, um, it started to filtrate some light. I'm still about to fix this dome. I cannot even operate it properly anymore. This expensive startup dome, after 4 or 5 years, it's almost unusable. And I love it because it's very corporate looking, elegant, but I have to come up with a solution for this fabric because I cannot just go and paint it the way I did with the other nylon plastic startup. And I've been investigating about impermeabilization. When you have a flexible cloth and you kind of produce what umbrellas are made from, um, because this has a lot of problems with humidity. People sweating in the entrance, rubbing their heads, it's starting to smell bad because of this fabric. So I urgently am going to impermeabilize, that's the word, the entrance so I can clean it properly so it's more plastic. And for the rest of the dome, I have to do absolutely something probably similar. What I have to decide is if I'm going to paint it gray from the inside or black from the outside to get rid of all the million holes that this dome already has. So this is happening soon. I have to do something about this. And if you have any idea, please, you'll let me know about it. Let's. So I finally, let me go back to sharing the presentation I had. As soon as I find it back. Okay, here. Okay, and I was here. So for this dome, this is a problem. Direct sunlight, it turns into an oven. Yeah, here in Costa Rica, completely hot. But that's another problem. It's different. But if you have holes in the dome in this situation, that's terrible. Okay, I call this the Mexican dome because I found that 3 domes here in Costa Rica were produced in Mexico. They're about kind of this model. A friend of ours has this big one and has hired us to project with our projection system inside. And we found that this dome has 3 layers. The good thing is the middle layer is very, very thick. There are no holes in this dome, but the inner layer, which is the screen, is very fragile. Again, it gets dirty, stained. It has big holes in it. So in the end, we ended recommending them. Okay, just do what we did with the plastic one. Just or either you paint this or you cannot project here. It looks awful. So they already did. I haven't seen the result that they said it worked. But if you have this kind of dome, it has 3 layers. The outer layer and the inner layer, very fragile, but the middle layer, it saves the day for you. Okay, so that's my experience with this, with fixing these 3 different kind of domes. Okay, so now I want to um, hear about your experiences. Please share with us. Okay, Patrick.
Thank you. At the beginning, I was wondering why you did this survey because for us, don't have a hole, of course. But now I understand. Well, because we normally use a rigid dome, so it's a rigid structure with external cover, and the screen, which I have a sample of the material here, is very similar to what you have. But for us, it's only for the screen itself. It's not for the outside cover. So we have kind of two layers that's blocking light. So if we have some hole, because each layer separately, for example, the seams is not perfectly opaque. So if we install only the external layer, we can see light through through the seams. But with both layers together, it's perfectly opaque. And also the outside layer protect from the UV light and abrasion and everything. So of course this setup is more expensive than just an inflatable dome. But we reduce the cost because we don't need a fisheye lens projector. So we use multiple, like 3 smaller projector all around, and then we blend with the camera. So it's the projector is more cheaper than a fisheye lens projector. So that's why we use this technology. But for example, I don't know what is the timeline for this fabric, but for first dome, we sell it maybe more than 5 years of this with this technology, and we still installing them for a client, and we don't see any sign of wearing. So I'm very curious to what would be the tricks if we find a hole before a client asks us to fix it. So instead of just order a new part for it. So thank you for bringing this question.
Okay, thank you. Sama Dar al Salam, you have raised your hand.
Yeah, I have a question. You said that we painted it. So isn't it a screen like just like any other screen?
Oh, we did that with the nylon-based dome, and I think we will do something similar with the other one, with the black, because we have to. The thing is, flexible paint, water-based, because you have to take into account it's going to smell. Your
Oh,
screen get
yes.
wrong.
But wouldn't it affect the screen? Wouldn't it affect the projection of the like planetarium?
Oh, no. Just make sure it's matte. Matte means it's not shiny. Okay?
Yeah, matte. Yeah, I know.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Okay. Mike Francis.
Well, I've got the classic Starlab dome, the gray one. And what I've been using for the last few years is gray nail polish, and I can do one hole at a time. I can't imagine trying to paint the whole inside of the dome. But I generally find that most of the holes happen within about 5 or 6 feet of the ground, so I can hit those. Once in a while, I'll get one that's way up high, and then I have to let the dome partially deflate and hope I can still find the hole when I get there. But the gray fingernail polish seems to work pretty well.
Okay. Yeah, we have a kind of a similar black small paint always with us. And so we just go and spot the hole one at a time. Yep. That's good. Dr. Fikri?
So, for my experience, short experience in these fields of mobile planetarium, don't do what I do. Don't do that. At the beginning, I find a transparency from the light outside, and also a lot of holes for the connectors of slides. What I do is adding another layer of the dome, another dome over the dome itself. So I have now 3 layers. So the mobile planetarium became very heavy because you the screen and one in the middle, which is have a lot of holes and transparency. I make another one which is black. So I have the third layer the result is the dome became about 60 kilometer. 60 kilometers is too heavy to prepare each time. 60 kilometer because آسف, 60 kilogram. I'm sorry, 6 kilogram is very heavy. So don't do that. At the beginning, it's very important to choose the suitable material for manufacture the dome. The suitable one is something like plastic, not waterproof. Plastic uh, can't make an opaque or the dark inside the planetarium. But when I choosing the wrong material, I got a wrong result for that one. So I'm waiting for for another chance to prepare another one after 1 or 2 years to avoid this heavy mobile one.
Okay, well, that thing about the weight, it's important because when we painted the Starlab, the classic Starlab, we found that it just flattened a little bit because of the weight of the paint. So now it's a bit lower, not much,
Not
but
also not only the movable or preparation for each session, but also for when the audience go inside and open the door, the dome go to be what is called
yeah, deflates faster.
float. Yeah, faster first for the entrance and outside.
Okay, well, things to take into account. Please take note, everybody. So we have raised hand. Nameka?
All right, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, this Nemeka, I'm from Nigeria. I've been operating the CBSS mobile planetarium. Sorry, I couldn't make a presentation. Now, maybe in the subsequent meetings, I will prepare a presentation on our mobile planetarium. Now, our own mobile planetarium is also in two layers. We have a screen separately, and then we have the outer layer. So it's powered by two pumps. One pump is inflecting the outside layer of the dome. Then another pump is inflecting the screen inside the dome. Now, but like Dr. Omar said, one of the major challenges we normally face is once you open the door, the planetarium, the screen deflects and collapses. So you have to wait for a couple of minutes, like 5 to 10 minutes, for it to rise up again and stand firm. But the inside is white. But so far, we don't have any holes inside the mobile planetarium. So it's always pitch black. Whenever you go inside the planetarium, zip it up, and without any light, I mean, you need to find your palms while you are there. But maybe subsequent times, I will make a presentation on what we've already done. We've had a couple of shows for almost 2 years now with the mobile planetarium, including the one sponsored by IPS last year. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else has had this issue with holes? Alan?
Yes. When in our portable planetarium, when I was filling out your form, I was thinking, well, it makes a difference. We could tolerate some holes, but only if they were low down and didn't become stars. Uh, so, but it was intolerable to have holes up above where there were stars. But I mean, the simple solution for us was to just take a little tiny piece of duct tape and stick it on the hole, and that was the repair. And I know that the Learning Technologies domes actually had little circles of material that you could stick on that was the equivalent of duct tape. So that's what we did.
Okay, well, I'm glad I'm not the only one in the world then with holes in the dome. But the thing is, I'll really try to encourage you to think about the quality of these things. As Alan said, we cannot have like fixed holes on the top of the dome because that really affects the projection, the feeling of when it's moving and you have some fixed things that deviate your sight, that you're looking at the hole instead of the star. You know, so I really hate that. But well, this I think the solution, like Mike has of just spotting the individual holes, maybe ideally. But when you have like thousands of them, no, we will just go and paint. But again, maybe that's not the best solution for every dome, but at least I know that the classic Starlab can tolerate that. A layer of paint and it shines like new. Not shiny, matte. Okay. Okay. So, anything else about this topic? I see Rosemary there. Rosemary, I think Alan already shared some of your material, but you want to state something for us about the topic you were going to present? And I hope you're feeling better.
Yeah. So can everybody hear? Okay. Um, so I'm from the Marie Drake Planetarium, which is in Juneau, Alaska, and it's an old spitz dome, 30 foot, so it's not a mobile, but we will be getting a mobile arriving in the next couple of weeks. And so I'm pretty excited about that. I've been attending some of these hoping to get, a mobile, and it's finally happened. So I just wanted to point out, because I think Alan put some links in the chat, and I'll probably put some more in there. But the archive that we have is available to everyone, and attending our seminars is available to everyone. And we put announcements and the links to the Zoom seminars in Dome L and the Dome Dialogues. So if you're not a member of one of those, you might want to consider joining. I guess what I would point out right now is that the upcoming 3 seminars, I think, are particularly of interest to this group. Let me see if I can just pull them up quickly. Share a screen. So this looks like I'm sharing the whole thing. Let me just make that bigger then. This is our webpage, and we have a playlist for the Zoom seminars here. And that would be our archive. But if you go to our webpage, and even from the main page, you can go to events and then get to the seminar pages. The ones that we have up, the one at the end of the month it's by Chanel Barani, who's currently with the Astronomical Society of the Pacific, among many other things he does. And he's had to do sort of the social media marketing for some of their events. And so it's a learning experience, I think, for all of us who maybe we do everything for the planetarium that we operate. And he's had to learn some of the tools to use for marketing as somebody who's not in that field. And so his seminar will be sharing some of those. It's The Cosmos Must Be Searchable, Advertising Planetarium Program in the Age of AI and Algorithms. The next month, at the end of February, and it's usually on the last Friday of the month, Ron Proctor, who is with National Science Foundation NORLab, he's going to give a seminar on some of the behind the scenes Blender work that he's done. They have a couple of free movies. One is excellent now. It includes the Vera Rubin Observatory. So one of his recent productions is called Messengers of Time and Space. And they also have one on Dark Universe. Those are completely free. And he'll be talking about some of that. I know many people here use Blender because it's free, open source, and he has quite a lot of experience in that. The next one, Alan could say a word about if he wants to. He's been doing a series of the Planetarium Educator Workshop. It's from a Planetarium Educators Workshop Guide that's on the IPS page. And Alan, if you want to say just a little bit about that, I'll stop and let you talk.
Well, just a couple of words. This is based on work that was done back in the 1980s, but is still applicable. And it's really focused for people who do audience participation or live programs. So it's not so much for recorded productions, although some of the principles can apply there for sure. But we're doing it in the modern age of video meetings. So it's different, and there are advantages and disadvantages to that. And but the ones that we've had so far have been fun and productive. So you're welcome to come and join and participate.
If you go to the archive, you would find both the abstracts of the old talks since 2018, and you would also find the links to a video, which takes you to that YouTube page. Lately, we've experimented with putting an AI-generated summary in there, and that can be useful because it takes a long time to watch a video. But if you look at the summary, you may find that that's something that you do want to watch. So I think that's the quick version about the archive. It's usually on a time zone convenient for people in the US. And so that's another reason why the archive's available, because a lot of people can attend for that. So I guess I'll just say one thing about the other thing I was going to talk about. And I think this has been a topic that has come up before about affordable full-dome movies. I do live programming, and this is not a replacement for that, but sometimes it is. There are reasons you want to show a full-dome movie. And the two, just want to pick out a couple of new ones. Reef Distribution has started a streaming service, which is new. And they're usually 3-day options, but if you need something else, you can talk to them. And they have several really high quality films here now, and some of them are in different languages. I found them to be very responsive. If there's something here and they have the translation for it, I think they're pretty open to putting it up. So I've really found that useful lately. One of our best shows was Whale Superhighway, which is one of theirs. And so I'll move to Fulldome On Demand, which I think most of you know about because they rent both lower resolution. Reef, I think, is 4K, which might not work for some people, but these are 2K and 1K. They're also warped for mirror systems as well as the full domes. And then if you need to watch the full length preview instead of just the trailer, then I know many of you know Fulldome On Demand. That's a great place to find like the full version. And so you can do a search here and you can go to the page. And if you scroll down, there's usually a place for a flat trailer, a fisheye trailer. Sometimes there's the mirror version, the warped trailer. And then there's often a full length preview, which you can use this control and make full screen. It's not high enough resolution to really look nice on many people's domes, but it's really good for finding out if this is something that that works for you. So that was just the information I wanted to share. I'll go ahead and repeat some of the links that Alan put in the chat. And I know we're pretty much at the end, but if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask.
Well, it's very new for the mobile community to have these renting options because we usually have a situation where we are with the mobile. You may not even have cellular service, less
Right.
internet, right? But sometimes we do. We are in maybe a private school in the city, and yeah, that can happen. It's interesting. The price is really good.
So another thing is that where we are, we need variety, and we do have a fairly decent streaming ability. So it doesn't pay for us to try to get like a 1 year, 3 year license because after 4 shows, we've saturated the public. There's no roads in or out of Juneau, so we're just like a very rural community. So it works well in that situation. Some of you who do the same programming to different schools over and over again, even if you had the streaming availability, it might not be what you wanted.
Great. Patrick, you have a question.
Yes, thank you for the presentation. And I think this this model of renting is will become more and more popular. I think if at the beginning some people talk about this streaming option and people say, well, or I said that, well, streaming is not stable enough, is not maybe bandwidth or stable for public presentation. But now it's on everybody have Netflix on almost. So now the streaming is not the same thing as 10 years before. I just wondering, I guess for the renting purpose or the streaming is for one output, for example, one mirror dome or one fisheye projector. But in our case, we have multiple smaller projectors, so we have to pass through a kind of slicer that slice the full dome master into multiple outputs. How can we test if the streaming technology is compatible with, for example, our system? There's a way to test because I see on your on the Reef site there's some kind of YouTube or video preview of the movie, but when you pay for the license, this is the same YouTube link, or it's also on YouTube, or it's also on a different server that will maybe not be compatible with kind of streaming process. So I just wondering how we can test the full before purchasing a real license.
So most of the licenses are for 3 days. That's kind of the typical one, but I said Reef may have some other options. With respect to format, I know when I've rented from fulldome on demand, the window that I get of that has both the mirror version and the fisheye version. But to ask about what's possible for you, I think, to manipulate a stream in further detail, like on the Reef page, if you go to one of these, there's a watch trailer, which will give you a stream that you could potentially experiment with and see if that works for you. The other thing I would do is just contact Reef, and I can find an email for the person that I've contacted, and you could just ask them about it. But yeah, I don't really know about what you can do with the stream other than just project it. Reef is just full dome, and like I said, full dome on demand is both fisheye and full dome. And I think you get, when you do a 3-day rental, I think you get the option to show either one. But you might check with them on that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you, Rosemary, really, for everything. And I think we can move on with the last topic. Let me share one last time the agenda here. And so now Susan is going to have some remarks about the workshop that's coming up. Susan. Your audio is off, Susan.
Thank you. I proposed a workshop for the IPS conference in Japan. It's a 70-minute workshop. I think there will be a portable dome available, and I'm not sure what the dome is and the projector. But it's mostly going to be a brainstorming of issues that are currently problematic, or sharing solutions, such as how do you fix the holes in your dome, and the safety issues that we have, and the location issues, and so on. I did a search on AI of major concerns for portable planetariums. And you'd be amazed at how well they cover all of the things that we are concerned with, that are completely different many times from the stationary dome. So you might want to do that. And maybe send me ahead of time some of the concerns that you have, or some of the things that you want to point out. Marco is going to be working with me on this workshop. It's sort of like a panel of people. Lionel from France and Laura Stramponi is gathering information from Italy that he will be able to send to us to share. One of the things that I keep getting asked, well, three things I keep getting asked about with portable domes is, what's the best dome to get? What are the parameters that you look for? Are there domes out there that you're using that you hate? For instance, the Starlab dome has issues. I've recently done some research on the Chinese domes and specific ones that are better than others. So that kind of information we need to be sharing across users. Also, projectors, who's using what projectors, who's using what domes, and are you satisfied with them? So, or if you have specific issues with them, what are those issues? So that's one thing. The other thing is air conditioning. How do you solve the problem of excess heat in the dome? And another thing that people have trouble with is insurance. Do you insure your equipment? Because we're traveling with these things in our cars. How do you handle that situation? So I'll be collecting information on those parts of our concerns. If you have comments about those things, I do have some information on how people have solved the air conditioning problem and the insurance problem, but the more I can share with other people, the better. So make sure you send me any information you have. Ishitabi, I think you're doing another workshop, a big workshop do you want to make some comments about what's going to happen at IPS? Because there's a lot going on with portables during this upcoming conference. I'll put my email in the chat. I know he was here, but I don't hear anything from him. So
he's online, but maybe. Yeah, it will deliver the message to him.
All right, but look for information coming about what's happening at IPS, and I hope to see you there in Japan.
Sure. So now we came to the end of this meeting. Thank you really for being here again, and we hope to be to keep in learning new things all the time, because it's getting very close to the way the fixed dome operate and the mobiles in some aspects. For example, myself, I'm doing changes all the time. Now I'm happy because I got a hand on these microphones, just the DJI microphones, and I just connected the transmitter inside the dome. And sometimes I'm presenting just myself, and I am outside letting people in. So I have just one microphone here, and when I can give instructions to the people that are already alone inside the dome. Okay, how to sit, how please behave, whatever. But now I can talk from the outside of the dome inside, just using this, just tips. Okay, so we keep changing and evolving with our planetarium. So it's great to have this opportunity to share with all of you and other parts of the world. So really, thank you.
Can you put that particular audio or microphone system listed in the chat?
Sure. This is the model, but you can use actually like any wireless microphone that's similar.
Everybody always says that, but then it's hard for us to do the research. So this is a
Okay.
beginning.
Well, the thing is,
place.
these are high quality, so
Yeah.
this will deliver properly. I actually got them because of the drone, because I used to fly the drone, and I wanted a way of having be able to talk live during a flight. So I connect this to the controller of the drone. That was the first reason, but then I found out, well, it could be useful in the planetarium, because now I don't have to shout all the time. So it's also easier for me now to operate as a planetarian with these microphones. So can we make a group photo to capture the screen? So I have a thumbnail. Okay, let's get ready. And ready in 3, 2, 1, smile. There you are. Thank you. And of course, the recording of this meeting is going to be uploaded on the IPS YouTube channel, so we can still share with the rest of us who didn't make. Okay. Thank you again. And I think we're done for the day.
Thank you. Bye bye. Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Vanakkam. Bye.
Bye. That's great to see everybody.
Thank you. Goodbye.